everybody, to episode 21.
It's 21?
21.
Oh, yeah,
was-
Zach was 20. You're 21. 21?
21. You're
21.
the legal episode.
Oh,
Well,
shit.
you know what 9 plus 10 is?
19.
21.
21.
Stupid.
You know that meme?
No.
Was that a meme?
It was a Vine.
It's a
dude.
Vine.
Come on, grow
Oh man,
up.
rest in peace.
Dude, I miss Vine, bro.
Clearly not enough.
21?
You stupid.
Is that what? Oh, yeah. I forgot.
No, I'm not.
Huh?
No, I'm not.
No, I'm not. I can't swim.
Oh my god, dude. You're just going into Vine
Chocolate
stuff.
vanilla
I
Cookie
want
Crunch,
to
please.
introduce you, but I don't know your last name, Harley. What's your?
Really?
You wanna
Yeah,
guess
we've
it?
slept together
Yeah.
so many times, and
I
I
know.
only know your first
What am I
name.
even saved on your phone as?
Fuck.
Harley.
Fuck puppet.
Yeah.
It's
Harley Master of Fuck Puppets.
wait.
Whoa.
Woolston.
Yeah, you
Woolston,
got it.
yeah.
Harley Woolston.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the
I
one.
remember.
Harley Trash Dad Woolston.
That's my legal name.
By the way,
Trash
one
it.
of the probably funniest people in the valley.
Oh,
Hands
easily.
down.
Easily.
Like, no competition.
I'm scared, honestly, for what's going to be said on this
Dude,
podcast.
Definitely.
it's gonna get real toxic real fast.
I love it. I love
Yeah.
it.
I don't think you're a toxic person.
Dude, I
Well-
was rehearsing for this. All
You're
day.
rehearsing
Yeah.
saying bad shit.
Yeah.
Well, fire,
I was
fire one
practicing
off.
all my
Well,
slurs.
yeah? Okay.
All my really bad like accents, you know.
Oh yeah.
Let's hear one.
We love Asian accents
No,
here.
we'll get to it. But let's get into the nitty gritty.
Nitty gritty. I want to pick up where we were talking. We were talking a little bit before this about your new job.
Oh yeah,
Dianetics.
I got a new job at ESP Guitars, the
Let's
factory
fucking go.
in North Hollywood. Yeah, it's
Hell yeah.
pretty sick.
That's in North Hollywood?
Yeah, right there in North Hollywood. It's in like a little warehouse facility with like a bunch of other like music brands and stuff. But
Where is it?
it's off of Van Owen in Vineland, I think.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's
Damn, that's
pretty
really
cool.
close.
Yeah.
Can we get the address?
Yeah, it's.
I mean, I'm sure you could just type it in, right?
It's 911. You just call that on your phone, and then
And
it
then
tells
they
you.
tell
And
it
then they
tells
tell
the
you, they're
address,
like,
yeah.
ESP Guitars, how can I help you?
Yeah.
Get on the fucking ground!
Yeah.
So you were saying part of your job was like inspecting guitars. I want to
Yes.
know from your expert opinion, what makes a guitar good or bad?
Yeah.
So I'll just go down the list of what we inspect.
Yeah.
So we start with cosmetic issues. So if there's any sort of like scratch,
on it.
chip, makeup.
Yeah.
Why would there be makeup on it?
Cosmetology.
Oh,
You're,
this guy. This guy's funny.
Dude. So good. This fucking guy. Anyways, so we start with cosmetic. So we inspect a guitar like front and back. We look for any sorts of like chips, dings, any like irregular like paint issues, or like if like the binding is discolored, like literally anything that looks wrong.
Mhm.
Even if it's like the slightest bit, if it's wrong at all, it's a defect. It goes to like a defect pile.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah. So
And what do
we-
they do with those guitars? Sorry to cut you off real quick.
No, you're good. It goes to a separate crew that inspects it to make sure that it's capable of being labeled as like B stock.
Okay.
Oh, for like a discounted price or something?
Yeah, or basically they could just send it back to the factory that produced it, because we don't produce everything. We just do like the American made stuff, but they have
Okay.
factories all over the world.
Mhm.
And they'll send it back to the factory that it was made at to get like credit for it.
Okay.
But yeah, from there we'd tune it and make sure it's holding tune properly. From there, you would check like intonation, action, basically everything that makes it functional.
Yeah.
Electronics, anything that is like repairable from your bench, you would handle the repair. So like today I did like a quick fret round over on like one of the lower end models, but like
Oh, shit.
on the
Getting
huh?
technical with it.
it gets
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
technical sometimes.
Being a guitar tech, yeah.
I mean, that's the job. You know,
Definitely.
that's what it is. But yeah. So it just basically everything from cosmetics to like functionality.
Okay. So you're going down the list. Everything looks good, and then you got to like physically test it, right?
Yeah.
And
you
being
do.
like ESP, you want to play a heavy riff on this fucking guitar, right? Like,
I try not to play like Master of Puppets like a million times a day, but
Right.
like it gets to a point where you're just tired of playing riffs and you literally just play every fret, and make sure there's no like
Right.
dead notes or like fret buzz or anything. But
right.
yeah, you just check everything on it, make sure it plays right, and if it all works out, you go through your checklist, everything's good to go. You do like a quick clean on it, get all your fingerprints and like crud off of it. And then you bag it up, put it back into the box, and you print a shipping label.
So you're checking like specific guitars that are going out to folks.
Oh yeah,
that
so
like have purchased them.
well, it depends. So we have like back stock that we'll do. If we have like a ton of it, we'll blow through that. And then if we're like working on an order for like Sweetwater or something, well, actually I probably shouldn't mention like specific client names. So
That's okay.
yeah,
Really?
We're sponsored by Sweetwater, so it's okay.
Nice.
Tight. We're really working on sponsorships.
Yeah, these mics are insane.
Yeah, they were free.
Yeah. Anyways.
These mics are insane, bro.
But yeah, so if it works out, you box it up, put a shipping label on it, and then it goes to a pallet that like has the rest of it, the order on it. Everything's labeled, so like you know which is which and which is going to where. So yeah, then you just move on to the next one. They expect you to do like, on average, like if you're good at it, like 30 guitars a day, which is like
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah, I mean, especially like it's like my third day there, so I'm working up to it.
Third day, or
Yeah, I think the most I've done so far is 12 in one day.
I'll put this mic a little closer to you.
Okay, yeah, is that close enough?
I just want to get it up in your. Get it up in your.
It's like kind of locked, but
Oh, it is.
okay.
Okay, for sure. I don't want to move it.
here, we'll just go like that. That'll be cool. We'll bump it up. We'll fix it in post.
Yeah, we'll fix
We'll
it.
fix in post.
You don't
Yeah.
have to. Here, I'm so sorry. I
Yeah,
totally
you
fucked
kind
your
of
shit up.
fucked everything,
I
didn't
know,
you, Maddie?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Is that
But
okay?
yeah, it's pretty reasonable. They like obviously there's like a million different models that they make, so there's everything from bad guitars to good guitars in terms of like, I shouldn't say bad versus good. It's like level. So
Yeah.
like there's like
They're like, Harley, we listened to this podcast you were on, and we heard that there was,
You're gone.
yeah, you're talking about some bad ESP guitars.
They don't
I just want to
exist.
know what that's all about.
Yeah, it doesn't fucking exist.
doesn't
Yeah.
exist. That's I don't know who that person was. I don't know who said that.
Do you own an ESP?
No, I'm actually buying one off of a friend soon, but I've played on them before, like in the past, and I am a fan, but it's not like a matter of like not like wanting one or not. They're just the ones that I do like are expensive as fuck.
Got
so.
you.
What is it? What does a good ESP run for? Over $1,000?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
For sure.
over
They even do like
$2,000.
yeah, they have some that are like 5,000, maybe even like 8,000, 10,000. Like it just depends.
Get the fuck out.
Well, because like at our factory we also do like the USA, like it's not like customs, but like it's
Like the
it's a shop for artists basically. So like any artist that's endorsed by the company, they can go into like the workshop, pick everything from like type of wood to the shape they want. They can design it themselves. They can pick out like color and stuff, everything.
and those are the ones that go for like a lot.
Yeah, there's like 1,000. Like, especially if it's like a line of those,
Right.
like those are going to be sold for a premium. But then they also have like beginner and intermediate level guitars that are meant, to be more affordable, like at a better price point.
Yeah.
Those are,
Yeah.
quality wise, they're just not on par with like a $5,000 instrument.
Right. Because I always associated with like expensive guitars as like collectibles. Like if a guitar is like $8,000, it's like this Fender from like 1961 that they don't make anymore, and like you can't get the parts anymore. And
Or
it's
if it's like a one-off or something.
yeah. But it's
Yeah,
interesting
for
to hear like a modern guitar company cranking out the big bucks.
I feel like
So-
you do. Even on like Fender, Gibson, they do sell like premium, like new like,
brand new
straight out the
guitars.
factory,
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
Yeah.
Like
It's the same thing with like ESP and LTD. So like they're like LTD is like their sub brand. So anything that's like probably on the more affordable range is going to be LTD.
Oh, okay. Right.
Anything that's labeled an ESP is
Is like better.
it's the top of the line.
It's like the
stuff.
Fender to the Squire.
Sort of, yeah. The
Yeah.
brand's actually it's a Japanese brand originally, and everything that has ESP is from Japan, unless it's made in the like they said that custom, not quote unquote custom shop at the North Hollywood location. But yeah, those are like just insanely like they're like made by hand and stuff. Like they don't even like use like proper measurements or anything. Like they've been doing it for so long that they're just accurate.
Eyeball it.
Yeah, they
Whoa,
like if they
that's
want to,
dope.
they put like a radius on a fretboard. They just look at it and put it on a belt sander real quick. And like,
Dang.
boom, it's pretty crazy.
It's pretty hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's badass.
Yeah, but who cares about my job,
Dude, I do.
dude?
No,
That
that's
sounds
just
pretty
how you make
interesting.
money. Your
That sounds
job-
interesting,
Your
yeah.
job is rocking out in Greenwich.
Yeah, we've been doing that a bit
Back
lately.
alley abortions.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I don't know
Great
what that
band.
is. But
I just
sounds like
that right now.
sounds like a wicked band name. Dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
Back alley apparitions.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like
You know what? I actually wanted to ask you that. I think you might know the answer to this question. I was kind of thinking, it was kind of on my mind today. Who was the first like metal band to make that logo with like the crazy fucking like
Crosby,
like
Stills, and
branch
Nash.
like looking thing?
Branch thing. I mean, my guess would be either like early grindcore or like early black metal, but I couldn't tell you like which band. Maybe
Specific.
like Repulsion
Repulsion.
or like Napalm Death.
I kind of want to look this up.
It'd be cool to look
I'll
into.
look it up right
I-
now.
I-
Here, I'm gonna look it up. Let's
Okay.
get that mic fixed because it's driving me crazy.
What's wrong with the mic? How
It's
would you
just
like
it's
to-
pointing at his chin.
It's okay. It'll still pick up everything.
Okay. Okay. First.
Does
I'm
it
gonna look
sound
up
like I'm on old time radio? I don't know who the fucking
first band to
but it
use?
would be
What would
cool
you
to
call?
find out.
What's that called? Like that?
Just
Metal logo, or is it
Yeah.
not even metal?
it's a metal or like an extreme music thing for sure. but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Metal
It's hard to gauge.
font.
Yeah.
Why don't you be like the Who?
It's
No,
gotta be.
there's
It's gotta
no
be something
shot.
like a little underground, like something like not like a little left of center.
My guess would be like
Not
Napalm
Black
Death.
Sabbath, right? They didn't.
No,
do that.
no.
They had like a standard like.
I would think
Yeah,
like something
font.
like Anthrax or like
Well, I mean,
Or like-
Napalm Death I think started in like the early 80s.
It's gonna be like an early '80s
Yeah.
thing.
All right. There's a Vice article. These fonts shred a typographical survey of heavy metal.
This
All right.
sounds like it's not going to answer our question.
I'm
But
seeing, yeah.
I
Yeah.
Keep
digress.
going. Keep going.
So when's like you guys have any gigs coming up? Like what are you up to right now?
We have one on Saturday actually. We're doing like something like fest. I don't know. It's like a dude that books with us like pretty often.
Yeah.
Just put together like a 4-day festival. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, it's like a mixed bill. So like we're not even like the only death metal band on it, but like I think the day that we're playing, there's no other death metal bands as far as I know.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. We like to do that sometimes. It's like when it's
Yeah.
appropriate. But
Right.
we just played last Saturday at it's a new bar in Hollywood called Knuckleheads.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, the place is cool.
Yeah.
It's a new
Alvin
bar?
is the owner. Yeah, it's a pretty new bar.
Knuckleheads. That's a great
Yeah.
name. For
It's
a
right
bar.
across the street from Paramount, like where I work.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
wow,
yeah,
You
yeah.
can walk there.
Pretty
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, the
That's
owner's
cool.
pretty chill. Yeah, it's our second headline there, but we got to open for like legendary band Ingrown. They're
Oh,
like
nice.
a hardcore band from Boise. I say legendary as if like they're like a long running band. Like they're fairly new, but like
Uh-huh.
they've been making waves. So that was like a really
That's
cool
tight.
opportunity for us to like
Right.
play with them and rock with them and stuff. And then Tribal Gaze, I believe is their first LA date ever.
Mm-hmm.
But in my opinion, they're like the next like death metal band.
And you
up.
played with them on their first LA date?
Yeah,
That's
the first LA
exciting.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
it felt pretty
That's
tight.
tight.
Yeah, we had a good time. We got to rock out. We have a new guitar player. Where it was our first show with him,
Uh-huh.
and he did pretty good.
He did pretty good.
Oh, nice. Does
Yeah.
the lineup changed?
We have a different guitar player besides me. I'm still playing guitar, but
Oh, okay.
everything's. You know.
Do you write most of the songs for that project or?
Instrumentally, I would say like a good portion of it. I don't want to put like percentages on it, but I really try to present like ideas and then encourage everybody to kind of come together on it. But
Yeah.
I'll start like most things for sure.
Yeah. That's dope. What was the name of that like 80s like synth pop thing you were doing for a
Oh
second?
yeah, I was doing like
Oh, Lust, right?
Oh,
Lust,
Lust,
but
yeah.
with the money sign. for
Right,
Lust.
right.
Yeah, the only reason why I stopped doing that is because there's some rapper with the same name and like he
Oh,
just
really?
had way more listens on Spotify. So
Yeah.
I'm just like whatever, I'll let him keep
I
it.
think you had a couple of really good tunes under that.
Yeah.
In that set.
Thank you.
Yeah, you should pick that back up again if I don't.
I started doing
could-
something else synth wise. Like I produced a track with the same guy that sang on that one song I put out with that project, Fabian Gray.
Yeah.
Nice.
Was it Della Morte?
Della Morte della More.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like a goth inspired like house project, I would say.
It's really fucking sick. That was a really good. That was a really good track. Just tell him. What is it? Tell him you don't love him.
yeah.
That was a good song. I listened to that a bunch when it came out.
That was a cool
Yeah.
project because like it's inspired by like thrillers and like horror films and stuff. But we would literally like I've always wanted to get like film scoring. But I feel like we did something different from that where we would watch movies and try to like write pop music to it.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Instead of trying to write like
Theatrical,
theatrical
yeah.
music, we just wrote pop music, and
Yeah.
it kind of worked out.
That's interesting.
It's cool.
Yeah,
I didn't know that was the. Wait, so
Yeah.
was there like a specific movie behind
There's
that
a
song?
couple of them actually. Yeah, with that one, there was a movie called "Dogs Don't Wear Pants."
It's
it's not-
true.
Yeah,
They
well,
can't.
I mean, they could if they really wanted to. They're just lazy bastards. But anyways, I digress.
I think we're very much on topic with
Yeah.
that.
No, it's a pretty wicked movie. It's not like scary by any means, but it's like heavy like subject matter.
The dogs with the pants.
Yeah, the dogs that
Yeah.
wear pants that
Yeah.
don't wear pants. It's about this guy that develops like an unhealthy relationship with being choked by a dominatrix because it reminds him of when he almost drowned to death while trying to save his wife, who also drowned to death.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's a movie about like grief and like his like kind of weird way of coping with it.
Yeah.
But he becomes like a bit obsessive. And I just thought it was just like a really like gnarly watch that kind of made writing dark music easier,
Right.
if that makes sense.
Is that American?
No, I think it's Finnish or Swedish. I can't remember.
Sounds
Checks.
Swedish.
Yeah,
Yeah, sounds
checks.
Swedish.
Yeah, it was pretty cool though. It's on Shudder if anybody's interested.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, big champion for Shudder.
Yeah, I use your login.
It's sick. Keep doing it. I pay for it every month.
It's like I pay for it.
But somebody's fucking using it.
Yeah.
And then there's another movie that I really adore personally. I'm a big fan of Giallo films. It's like an Italian like subgenre of like slasher / horror.
Okay.
They're like kind of like mystery movies, like like plots where like there's like a killer going around like murdering people, and like a group or like a specific person is trying to figure out who the killer is and stuff. But
Yeah.
they just always like kind of glorified like the kills in like really like theatrical ways and like made them look super like gnarly for like the sake of looking gnarly.
I love that. I love a great kill in like a
Yeah.
slasher movie or like
Yeah.
a horror movie.
I would say check out some Giallos. I mean that genre is just
How do you
kind of-
spell that?
It's Giallo.
Giallo.
It means yellow in Italian. But yeah, Giallo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no.
Giallo.
Giallo.
Giallo. I don't
Giallo.
know. Yeah, whatever it is.
That's tight.
But yeah, there's a movie called Knife Plus Heart, which is like a French take on a Giallo, and it's modern too. Like those movies are old. Generally, that genre is pretty old. But it's about like the cast and crew of like a queer like porn production company in the like late 1970s, early 80s of France.
Okay.
And somebody's murdering everybody like one by one, and they're trying to figure out who the killer is.
That's interesting.
Classic tale.
Isn't that like kind of the wasn't there like an A24 movie that came out where they're like trying to shoot a porn on like some farm?
X.
Yeah.
I never watched it, but it looked cool.
Yeah, it did look cool.
It had Kid Cudi in it, so I was like,
I know,
I'm
that's
Really?
check
right.
this out,
Yeah, Kid
That's
Cudi's in
random.
it.
They're doing like a prequel to it too.
They are? So
Yeah, it's like a
did it
spin-off
do well?
prequel. I mean, they're doing a prequel. I would hope so.
Dude, I'm getting hyped because I mean, September's coming up, and that basically means it's October, which basically means it's Halloween.
Halloween.
I'm getting ready to like watch a bunch of horror movies.
Well, wake me up when September.
You know what?
ends.
I was watching. This was not a horror movie at all. I was watching the Sound of Music last night because I've never seen it all the way through.
Yeah.
And I just like kind of chip away at it when I'm like bored.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm really curious about that it kind of fascinates me is how, like, before like digital filmmaking and recording came about, like how did you record and sync up people singing and dancing on a screen and then deliver it to theaters? Like you, because you have a tape of audio. Like the film doesn't record audio,
Right.
right? So it's like you got to sync it with the
How are you playing
click it. Yeah. And it's like, and then when they're like, when it cuts to like the singing and dancing scenes, it's like, there's like an orchestra playing the music and then them singing. It's like, are they?
They probably pre-recorded all the tracks that were going to be in the movie and then probably did the singing and dancing to the tracks, I'd imagine.
Yeah. It just lines up like really well. Like it's
But
like,
all of it's ADR also, because like, weren't they not like, I mean, was there boom?
yeah.
mics?
So that's what you have. You have like there's either A, they did it like that where they recorded it all in a studio and then took it, and this is a complete guess, I have no idea if this is how they did it, and then take it to the set and then they play that over a track and everyone like it's like choreographed to that.
Right.
Or they recorded the music, like the orchestra, and then everyone on the set is singing, but it's just being picked up by the boom. But it all sounds like really good. And it's all synced up. Like even they like do little dances to like the little like,
Yeah.
you know, like it's like all on. And it's like, how do they do all that? And then B, when you're delivering this to a theater, like, do you give them the film reel and the tape to play? Like the dude in the booth has to like sync them up and hit them at the same time. Like, how did that work?
That must be it. Yeah, because I guess it's not like where you get film these days and like it's
like all on one file. It's like an MP4. It's like a wave or
yeah. Why wouldn't they just like load it up in like iMovie or something?
That's what they should have done. Like,
it sounds all complicated for no reason.
yeah, no, it sounds like really complicated. I don't know. And then yeah, it must have been like. The dudes at the theater must have actually had to have had like some skill in like.
Yeah, wait, are like.
Well, it was their job too. Like I'm sure they were somewhat good. They would hope they're good.
Yeah,
at
but
it.
Nowadays, like a guy has a job putting the movie on the screen, but he's always got to do is like probably like press the file.
Really
he just presses play, then scrolls on Tinder.
Exactly, and then he just like pulls out his phone and like
jacks off.
Power swipes.
And I think they also had to switch the reels halfway through the movie because like you can't fit an entire movie on one reel. So they had to do that, and then you got to put it on another one and get the next one ready. And then it's like,
if you can do that.
Sorry, what was that?
If he can do that, then they can figure out how to press play and play on two different devices.
I suppose so. But yeah, it's really weird.
Are
I don't
movie
know.
theaters like not getting, for the most part, film? Like, you know how they get the film canisters, like the big kind of like pentagonal kind
Talking
of.
about like currently?
Yeah.
Maybe if you go to like
There's
if you go to like a
film.
niche theater, if you go to like a niche
they
theater,
still have film. What is that called? Film.
Projectors?
Not spools, but like
reels.
Yeah, reels.
Yeah.
Obviously, Jesus.
I've seen some stuff in like 35 millimeter in the last couple of years and stuff that was pretty cool.
You fancy, huh?
No.
That's tight. Yeah.
That's like standard film.
Yeah, 35 millimeter.
Nah. They're still showing The Thing at the Alamo Draft House, by the way.
I'm trying to see that.
I would love to see that. It's probably one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah,
I got a cool ass bootleg shirt. Don't sue me, John Carpenter. I got a cool ass
Come for your ass,
thing,
bro.
bootleg t-shirt. It's got like the spider head monster on the front. And it says John Carpenter's The Thing on the back.
Yeah.
Nice.
Can I say that?
Yeah.
Cool.
John Carpenter's
John Carpenter.
John Carpenter. LeBron James.
LeBron James.
Fine, man. I miss Vine.
Here we go.
Yeah. Now we have TikTok.
Back to TikTok. Yeah,
It's not the
TikTok's
same.
cool.
It's not the same.
TikTok. I feel like Vine uplifted American culture.
Yeah,
And
TikTok
is
ruining
Diminishing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sank it down.
There's just too much. Like
Fucked it beyond all repair. Honestly.
Yeah, for some reason, Vine never, and I could be wrong because I wasn't like an avid user, but Vine never really felt like oversaturated.
It was pretty fucking bad.
Really?
At times, I think personally. But
Yeah.
What do you mean?
dude, there was some like.
Well, there's people like white dudes saying the N word. That was happening all over the place. You mean that,
Yeah.
like culturally?
I feel like overall, like it was saturated with like trends and stuff. Like you'd get like, do it for the Vine, you know, or planking when planking.
Oh
was really
yeah.
big.
God, what
that shit got old.
a ride it's been.
I just
like,
cringed for America.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, God.
You didn't plank, dude?
No, I planked.
I don't think
you
I
definitely
usually
planked.
don't participate in like stuff like that.
No.
but-
Now that you're on
what
TikTok-
did you do back then? You just,
Probably-
yeah,
you
well, I was
just
just like
pipe bitches
sitting in my room, probably staring at the wall. That's all there else is to do besides Vine.
Why
you
was
could have
it-
been planking though, dude.
Well, I was probably just piping some MILF or something.
Right, let's say
Just
that.
raw dogging, making whoopee.
Making whoopee.
With some-
Yeah.
You fucking scoundrel,
When I was
huh?
You
14.
scallywag, dude.
Hellion.
Dude, rap scallion.
Scoundrel.
Scoundrel.
You rabble rouser.
Whoa, that's close. You're cutting it close there.
That's not. I thought that was
Take
a
it
bad
easy.
word for a second.
Can
Yeah.
you show the crowd your hat? Because I just don't want it to go unnoticed.
Oh yeah.
Dude, you guys watching this? Why do you gotta do it all complicated like that?
Because I'm a silly guy.
You're just a silly guy having a silly. What did you got like a booger on here, dude?
Oh man, you got a booger on his hat.
I wiped off my booger on it.
There he fucking is.
You look like a guitar tech for Willie Nelson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Today I'm fixing Willie's guitar trigger.
What?
That's his guitar name.
Yeah, it is.
No, I know. I'm just
yeah.
kidding.
Oh, whoa, dude.
How
Come
many
on.
guitar techs do you think told him that he should just get a new guitar?
All of them.
Yeah.
I feel
It's still
I feel like
going.
after
Yeah.
a certain point, that like they just stopped.
Right. They're like,
Dude.
he's not gonna listen.
Do you guys know what is it? What's that guitar like luthier brand? It's like Mc something. I don't know.
McLady's guitars.
Yeah, no, it's not that.
McCabe's? It's not McCabe's in
No.
Santa Monica?
Oh, yeah.
No,
I
it's
know
like
McCabe's.
they're like a supplier for like luthiers, but the dude that like
Oh, it's like Steven. Oh,
What-
Mac.
Miller.
Do you think luthier
McDonald's.
is dangerously close to Lucifer? Do you think there's any connection there between the two, the occupation and the devil?
Maybe it was
Can we
just like
turn-
a
can we
guy
turn
with
the
a
mic off for a second so I can answer that?
Dude, it was probably just a guy with a lisp trying to say Lucifer.
Lucifer.
Luthier. Luthier. Mac.
Luthier?
It's like
No, sorry.
Mac something, right? Mac Stewart.
Mac
Stewart.
Stewart Mac.
Stewart.
Stewart Mac.
Is that it?
Stewart Macintosh Plus.
Is-
Yeah, it's Stu Mac.
I can't believe I got that.
There's like
I
like
don't
I don't
know.
know if it's Stuart Mac himself or just like one of their head luthiers, but they did a video of him like fixing up Trigger that I thought was pretty
Oh,
pretty
he did?
interesting. Yeah, he got to do like a whole video.
Oh, I
on
think
it.
I saw that. It's
Yeah.
a mess. They've like added
Dude,
and
he's-
There's like a
subtracted.
hole in
Yeah.
the middle of the guitar.
and
Like,
it sounds wicked,
I don't know how.
dude.
It's
You can
Willie.
get lost in yeah, it's Willie, man. That dude
That's like
smokes.
Jack White's guitar, the K. You know, that
Yeah,
Harley Watt K. Like, how is
same
that
thing.
guitar still alive?
He's still. I haven't seen any videos of. Maybe it's
I have seen one recently.
recently.
Yeah. It could be a different one, but I doubt it.
Have you listened to any of that new record?
I love it. I thought I told you that I really, really liked it.
Oh, yeah,
the one
you
that's
did.
like acoustic. It's like
Entering Heaven.
Entering
Alive.
Heaven Alive.
Maybe we
I
may
liked
have-
that one better than the last one.
What?
It's really good.
Is it?
Yeah, it's really good.
I have to check it out. I still haven't listened to the last one.
It's not
either.
just because I'm a sucker for Jack
I was
White.
really just scared that they were gonna both be kind of like underwhelming, especially after the Rack and Tours record, and I was just too scared to listen.
I think I'm
Sorry.
at the point where I've just accepted that I just like everything he does.
That's
I'm
hey,
just there, you know?
and who gives a fuck?
And even if everyone else hates it,
Whoa.
I'm like,
Who gives a rat's ass?
just listen.
Who gives a good gosh dang it?
Yeah. You all right there?
dude. I think I need to go. If you're gonna talk like this on the podcast,
I just made a mess.
and you're
My
It looked like you just hit
Baby?
some smelling salts or something.
dude. I straight up just snorted some meth before I walked in this room.
yeah, we were
Yeah.
doing we were doing
Wasabi snooters, dude. Dude, you found your dog in Mexico?
we can't do that because what?
Yeah, I'm gonna flip a fucking.
we were workshopping a Steve-O impression while we were
While I was setting up this entire fucking podcast.
Yeah.
And all I got to listen to was.
doing-
Go ahead, do it. Just so they get a picture of what I had to listen to.
Hi, I'm my dog in Mexico, dude. I'm Steve-O. This is Wasabi Snooters.
What?
What a
Oh,
mess.
you're not that short, wee man.
All right,
All right,
that's enough. I've had it up to here.
If
actually we talked about Wee Man last episode. Talked
we?
about Wee Man's Chronic Tacos with
Oh, is that- that's
with
a restaurant,
Zachary
right?
Tabori, yeah.
yeah,
It's just man now.
It's just Man's
just Man
Chronic
now.
Can't
Tacos.
say
that guy died though, right?
Wee Man?
Wee
Yeah.
Man is
No,
not.
Oh, he's
dead,
not.
dude.
Oh, he's not.
Wee
No.
Man is like doing
Wasn't
kickflips and
there,
like smoking stuff
um,
and is like, what's that?
Ryan
Another
Dunn? You
actor-
talking about Ryan Dunn?
Yeah, that guy
No,
exploded.
no, I know he's dead. I thought there was someone similar with like a similar condition that passed away recently, but maybe I'm tripping.
Gary Coleman? Is Gary Coleman dead?
No.
He's been dead, right?
I
Texting
think
and
so.
driving.
All I know
right?
is Billy
What?
Mays is dead, and I've never fully
Dude,
recovered.
Billy Mays was
Oh, yeah, that
off
was-
the rock, dude.
yeah, he was on
He
the
was
rock.
off. What?
Coke, bro. That's how he
Yeah.
died.
Yeah.
pretty
On
fucking
an airplane,
wicked, though.
right?
Yeah.
That's pretty rock and roll, though.
But he got hit in the head with like some like luggage, and I think he got like a blood clot.
Oh,
but
is that
they-
what it really was?
Yeah,
Okay, but
and
if that's
and
all it
found,
takes-
they found the cocaine in his system when they did the autopsy,
Right, right.
Oh,
which is
then-
pretty dope in my eyes. If you ask me,
Dude,
if you ask
yeah.
little old me,
Mm.
I would do.
He's the
I would
OxyClean
do a
guy.
lot
Right?
of-
He's a fucking rock star amongst,
Think
like,
you'd be
you know,
Oxycontin.
like
Dude, the
Oxycontin.
only like infomercial person that I wouldn't do drugs with is the dude from Slap Chop.
Oh, and what's the guy who went to jail?
That guy.
Is that the guy?
Yeah, he
like
slap chopped
assaulted
a woman.
He assaulted a sex worker.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
He looked like he
He
would
looked-
assault a
yeah,
sex
it
worker.
made
He had like a
like-
crazy eye.
He was
Yeah.
like in the infomercial.
You're gonna love my nuts. You know,
Yeah.
anyone that says that on national television.
said you're gonna love my nuts.
Yeah, you don't remember that? You're gonna love my nuts.
No, I don't remember that.
That was his line.
He
dude.
looked like he was methed out.
When is the
bro.
last time you've seen like a genuine infomercial?
I don't even watch television anymore. I
Yeah,
can't
Right.
even
they're
tell you the
on
last time I watched
TV. Yeah, if you have like an old person in your life and they're living in your home,
Okay,
you'll see
right,
some
right,
infomercial.
right.
I
Like on the
guarantee you.
Hallmark channel or some shit.
Yeah, I missed that.
Or on like
though.
on True TV.
No, we definitely have like there's versions of infomercials like oh, you know what's a good infomercial that you see? It's on YouTube. It's that one guy that's like the drip plugin. One click and it's
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
That's an infomercial,
It
bro.
really is. You know what infomercials I really miss are the like CD package ones, like the holiday special,
Yeah.
like featuring featuring hits such as
supposed to live without you.
Oh yeah, Kids Bop.
romance
That was a
Kids
good
Bop, yeah.
Oh, those were sick,
I hated hearing those kids sing those songs though.
dude. Some of them were getting into it.
What's that one? We were playing it on the way to when we went to Yosemite. Jason and Edwin showed me there's like a there's something with Kids Bop where
I remember
it's
where-
what's her name? She's J-Lo. J-Lo has like this
They
thing.
do a J-Lo song?
Yeah, evidently so evidently J-Lo's like a fucking monster in the studio and she's just like a huge fucking asshole.
Okay.
Oh, I
and-
thought you were gonna like say
I thought
something
you were
dope.
I thought you were gonna say she like kills
She just,
it.
Yeah, she just spits.
No,
mad
like
bars.
she's a piece of shit.
Okay.
And I guess she did something for some Kids Bop thing, and the producer, she had like auto tune on, and she doesn't hit the note quite right, and the auto tune is like really working to get it.
Yeah.
And then they left that in the final mix that goes on, and you can find it. She's singing something. I think I think it's like a Whitney Houston track or something like that. And the very track ends with like the auto tune, like
Yeah.
and then the song ends.
But the autotune isn't present on the rest of the song. Like it's
no,
supposed
it's
to sound
on like it's like, but he actually like mixed it.
yeah.
And you could tell that was like the producer, or like whoever was mixing it, just being like "fuck you." Like,
Damn.
it's really funny. I can't remember what it is, and I don't want to.
Hey, can I ask you to grab me a beer? Would that be all right with you? If I
Yeah.
asked you.
Yeah, champ. Is it okay if I grab one for myself?
Let me get that.
I would
Hold on,
prefer
I pulled it
not. Which one?
Huh?
Would you? Oh, for the empties. We're putting the empties over there.
No, I'm talking about this guy right here.
Oh shit! Is that
It's
nicotine?
fucking,
Can I?
yeah, it
Can I
is.
sit on that?
You can
it
only. if
looks
you
like
sit on
something
it.
you sit on.
Dude, they make the silicone ones that are like all rubbery and
Yeah.
dildo like.
Yeah.
I'm into it,
They know what they're doing. It looks like Whippets.
dude.
Yeah, it does kind of look like a Whippets. A Whippets.
Can I hit that?
That's one drug
bottle?
I would never do.
Whippets? It's just compressed CO2.
I knew a girl.
It just makes you go dumb for a couple of seconds.
No,
I know,
that shit's
but
dangerous,
it's dangerous.
bro.
No,
I knew a
it's dope
girl
as
in high
poppers.
school.
That shit's stupid as fuck. But that shit's dope.
I knew a girl in high school where she like came home and her like sister was like fucking around with that shit, and like she found her like little sister like had passed away.
Yeah. No, I've heard stories like that too, where people will like. You
Isn't
hear
that
about people
terrible?
doing the fucking the whipped cream. You like
That
it's like the
shit's
same
sick.
effect, kind of
Yeah.
like.
Well, that's what a whippet. It's like the CO2 cartridges for those things. You just
Yeah.
to the dome though. You know,
Yeah.
just the CO2. Kind of epic.
Look at that.
Yeah.
One of those little.
Can you just use your words and not just
Oh, shit.
bark at
I know what
your
you're saying.
friend?
I just didn't know what it was called, and I had
Mod-
to use. We had to play a little game. You're not playing games.
Oh, oh, my bad, my
Whoa there.
You caught
Hold
that?
on there, cowboy.
Whoa,
Whoa there, you little.
Do you have
Come
a
on,
favorite?
get
Couple
up
of
on
hellions
Do you have a
there.
favorite Western movie? Do you watch Westerns?
I think they're cool.
Nope.
Nah.
No, I do.
don't fuck with Westerns.
Fistful of dynamite. Not fistful of dollars, but fistful of
If
dynamite.
you said Fistful of Dollars, I was gonna be like, that's a slow, long movie to be your favorite.
No, I like
What's Fistful of Dynamite?
It's a separate trilogy by Sergio Leone, of the same universe, and it's the Mexican. That's his name. Don't come at me. I'm sorry. That's what they named him. I'm sorry, but
They couldn't even like do like a cheap racist Mexican name. It's just like
He's not even Mexican. He's Italian. I think he's quite literally spray tanned.
That was
Pretty sure.
probably very much the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, spaghetti western.
And what year is this? Like an older movie or?
Yeah, it's like 1970 something.
Okay.
But yeah, same universe, but different trilogy.
Different dudes. Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
It's cool because it kind of takes place in like the 10s, which is kind of neat.
Mhm.
And it's that dude. He's like fucking down on his luck. He's like doing like Stagecoach robbery, and he's just like
He's headlining Stagecoach.
Yeah, he's headlining Stagecoach
With Brad Paisley.
And fucking whoever
Chris
else
Stapleton.
plays those.
I worked that Brad Paisley show. Gotta say, hell of a guitar player.
He's got a wicked
he's got
fucking
fucking chops.
Yeah, he's got wicked chops for sure. I can't knock it because he's a riffer.
He's a riffer, dude.
And as a riffer myself, I can't knock it.
You can't disrespect it. It's kind of like it made me go like this a couple times.
I fuck with his signature Telecaster too.
Yeah,
His Telecaster.
it's got Paisley on it.
Yeah, and it's like
it's
sparkly.
Paisley as in the
As in like the white girl name. It's got a picture of a girl named
Paisley's
Paisley.
the name of a white girl with a fat ass.
Dude,
You know what I mean?
I was gonna say I would fuck with a Paisley.
yeah, she's got.
I'd say
got a
what's up to
dump.
Paisley.
She grew up spiritual.
She's got really
Yeah.
small feet. Though.
She's got one of those like tapestries in her room.
Yeah.
That's like the big one with like the design. You know.
and for whatever reason,
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
always wearing like a gray sweater. Like
Okay.
doesn't
gray
matter
sweater,
what
but
time
those-
of the year,
those-
it's always.
those fucking cursed bottoms. Like
It's
they're
like her older brothers or something that like died in Iraq or something.
You know those like tights that like they were like.
Do you mind turning that off?
Yeah, sorry.
Can you
sorry.
turn your fucking phone off while I'm trying to describe Paisley?
It's Joel. It's probably important.
It's Joel.
Yeah.
He's like, have you seen the latest South Park episode?
Yeah, he's like watches anime.
Anyways, you remember those fucking tights that were like big for a second, where it's like tights up top, so like cheeks up, but then they like fray out like bell bottoms. You know?
Oh,
those?
the yoga pants.
yoga
yoga
pants.
pants,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Those were ungodly.
yeah. But also,
Yeah,
kinda sick.
everybody's on those Amazon leggings that like just fucking they contoured everything. Dude.
Yeah.
They gave you a monkey if you had one.
Yeah.
A straight monkey's knuckle.
Damn
dude.
camel down there.
Yeah. One of those, dude.
Give me an elephant knuckle, bro.
Yeah, dude, straight up. It's like Homer Simpson's mouth.
Oh man.
But you know, back to the fucking movie. It's cool. It's the dude from Fistful of Dollars. He's like down on his luck. He's like doing Stagecoach robbery, and he's kind of bored with it. And then he bumps into this fucking guy on a motocycle. It's like
In 1910,
in the 1910s, I guess the first iteration of a motorcycle existed.
motorized bicycle.
Yeah, a motorized.
What the hell?
And it's this guy. He's like a terrorist from Ireland. He like runs around with like.
great.
Sounds about
Yeah,
right.
he's dope though. He's got like a bag full of dynamite and just blows shit up.
His name's the Potato.
Yeah.
Yeah, the potato. Something like that. It
Something-
sounded like
Something like that.
Sounded like what's his name? Sounded like the dude from what's his name from Lord of the Rings? His friend, tubby guy,
Samwise.
Samwise. Yeah,
So that he's got a name like that.
yeah. Well, that just sounded like how I said the potato.
The potato.
Taters.
Potatoes.
Mr. Potatoes.
Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. Yeah, it's
That sounds
just
pretty
fucking,
good,
and then
actually.
and somehow this fucking Irish terrorist ends up like assisting the Mexican Revolution somehow, and then he's
Talk
gone.
about a movie about different cultures coming together.
Dude, it's kind of rad in its own
Yeah,
right.
he's not. They're not racist.
It's
They're-
not even
No,
like
they're
a.
It's
partners.
It's
They're-
like a western by like time setting. You know what I mean? It's like not like a traditional western, but it's fucking cool.
I'm down to watch it.
Pretty rad.
What's it called? The Mexican.
Yes.
It's called Irishman with Dynamite.
Fistful of potatoes.
Fistful of fistful of dynamite. I forget the Italian name. But it's got a
Fistful of
different name in
moose
Italy.
knuckle.
Fistful of Homer Simpson's mouth. Fistful of Paisley.
Yes. Well, where do we go from there?
Dude, that's such a visual. Homer Simpson's mouth.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
You know what
no,
I'm
like-
talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You've
always
all seen
loved like the way the 5 o'clock shadows drawn on Homer.
It's fucking.
It
Rough.
paints a picture.
Well, with
Yeah,
those
he looks-
Amazon leggings, you could probably did look like, you know,
It's-
if you could see through it enough. Yeah.
Probably looks. There's probably a little 5 o'clock shadow under those leggings too. You know what I mean?
poking through.
I don't mind a little stubble. You know what I mean?
Enough.
Can't remember this?
Enough. Can you hand him one of those, please? I have a fractured thumb.
He's got a busted thumb, bro. He's a luthier. He can't fuck with his hands.
He's a Luciferness.
Dude,
I
they're
know.
coming back, aren't they? Hopefully.
They
They
were.
played like a show.
Dude.
I think Mark hates being the front man for a band.
That's his own fault for being the front man of a band.
Yeah, I mean,
No offense, Mark.
No, I don't think he gives a shit. I think he knows it's like silly because they've played so many shows, and like every time before they play, Mark would get so nervous.
For anybody that doesn't know Mark, he was the vocalist of a band called Luciferness. They were like a sort of long-running metal band, crossover band from the San Fernando Valley. They were pretty cool.
What's the crossover?
They did a lot of punk stuff underneath the metal. I think that was kind of neat. But they didn't do it like all the time. I think they had like songs that were like, hey, this is a punk song, and this is like a kind of a hardcore song, and this is more of a thrash song. But then they'd be like death metal at times.
Yeah.
They
How
fucking
long?
rip.
And I'm only asking this because I'm square. But like, how long did it take you to differentiate between the different types of like
Metal?
hardcore metal, thrasher? Like, what makes what?
It's generally either instrumentation, or I guess I guess instrumentation.
Vocal
especially.
style too, right?
Vocal style.
Vocal style for sure.
Excuse me.
Epic.
Like that's a death metal vocal right there. Or like a gore grind.
Right. So you just said gore
Yeah.
grind, and I'm like, what is that?
So the other telltale sign is the lyrical content. So
How
death
much
metal.
they hate their parents?
No, it's generally like I feel like so thrash is sometimes like pretty political.
Right. Okay.
Sometimes doesn't have
Suicidal
to
tendencies thrash.
be. Suicidal tendencies is sort of thrash. I would say they're more punk thrash, if anything. Like they're like punky. I don't know. They're they grew up in like the 80s hardcore boom of LA too. Like hardcore was booming all over, but like they're kind of one of those bands that exists in like a lot of people's like palette, whether or not they listen to like certain styles of music that they say they listen to or not.
Right.
But like for me, like death metal, for instance, is generally you can tell the difference from like thrash and death metal because like thrash music is like pretty like high tempo,
fast, right?
It's fast. And the vocal styles are like more of like a yell,
Okay.
or like a scream, and then like a death metal is more of like a guttural with like high screams.
That's death metal.
Yeah, death metal, and then the lyrical content in death metal is like at least like old death metal. It used to be like very much inspired by like satanic things or like horror movies and stuff.
Yeah.
And then like there's like a modern day like death metal boom going on right now where it's like kind of all over the place in terms of like lyrical content. Like there's bands about like just doing drugs and getting fucked up.
Yeah.
And then there's bands that are like writing shit about like fucking ninth dimension aliens that walk among us and shit. It's kind of cool.
true,
Like,
though.
you know what I mean?
Are those like the Swedish ones, right?
No, not necessarily. I feel like the Swedish stuff is usually more like on the satanic end.
Right. Okay, that makes sense too.
Yeah.
It just kind of depends, though. You
So
know?
Right.
so where does like Greenwich like kind of fall on that spectrum?
I'd say our earlier stuff for sure was more on the science fiction-y kind of death metal. Because we, I mean, like, obviously you can't tell that we have a science fiction like influence through like the instrumentation, but if you actually read the lyrics and like look at the artwork and stuff, you can see where that kind of comes into play. But
Right.
the more recent stuff, we've been kind of trying out like different avenues and stuff. So like the release that we just put out, Gridwalker, they're sort of like not too far from that like realm of me. Like we didn't stray too far, but like they're definitely much more like based in reality. I'd say like
More having to do with like human.
like
problems
human
or
emotions and
emotions,
stuff. Yeah. But I think some of the newer stuff that we haven't recorded yet. We have a song that I don't know if I should say it, but we say it all the time when we play it. It's called Human Skeet Farm. It's about being like farmed for your skeet.
What's
like,
skeet?
Skeet is like a
Skeet.
Oh,
yeah,
like
it's
your
cum.
cum.
yeah, it's like cum and like buildup of cum and like.
How could I participate in one of these farms?
Uh,
That Greenwich is.
As soon as the
so
camera's
sponsoring.
it's supposed to be kind of like a scary like bad thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, right.
You don't want to go to.
I'm
the
very
human
scared.
skeet
Right,
farm.
right.
Like
Anyways,
it,
let me in.
it sounds cool being an outsider. Like, yeah, who doesn't want to get like milked for your skeet all day? But like when it's like your only purpose in life and you're just locked on a farm somewhere in the world that you're just getting milked
Milk
hourly.
all day.
You know what I mean? They just put ice on it and then they
No.
come back
Sounds
to it.
No,
horrible.
I don't want that. I don't
Please
want
don't
that.
milk me
Right.
for my Skeet, please.
No, seriously.
What is
no.
what is like a band do with all that Skeet?
We
Yeah, what does everyone do with their
Would-
Skeet?
what does everybody do with their Skeet? That's up to everybody's discretion. So it's gonna be a different answer from anybody you ask. But us
What do you-
personally,
yeah, what do you?
I like to spread it across like some toast.
Is
in the
that
morning.
vegan?
And
For
then
sure.
If you asked for it nicely,
Okay.
and if
So
if
it has
it's
to be consensual.
That's my personal take on it.
So that's vegan.
Yeah, if it's consensual, Skeet.
That tracks.
Skeet, yeah.
Yeah, It adds
I feel
up.
like all Skeet's vegan.
I would hope
It's like
No,
you know,
I don't think if you obtain the Skeet,
forcibly.
aggressively,
yeah,
forcibly,
yeah, in a way that's not, agreeable
Sorry.
to all parties involved.
then it becomes like eating meat,
Yeah.
I would say it's just a bit worse.
right?
Maybe like one bracket above.
No, it's definitely worse.
I'd say it's like one bracket above that.
We can't air this.
Do you think there's a lot of Skeet farms in the valley?
I would hope not. I'm a big fan of the Valley. I don't want to believe what's going on here.
Yeah,
But if it is, I'm gonna get to the bottom of it.
Where, if it is?
No, it's in Senior
this would be a
Valley.
really good premise for True Detective season 4.
Where there's a Skeet. All right.
They're gonna-
We bring McConaughey back and Woody Harrelson back.
There's a
And then you
Skeet
add
farm.
Andy Dick.
Yeah.
Who's Andy Dick?
You don't remember Andy Dick?
Isn't he like an old comedian?
Yeah, and he's the most obnoxious fucking human being on the
Is
planet.
he like skinny-ish? Got his gray hair.
He's got glasses.
He's got glasses. I think I know exactly.
He
who
looks
Andy
like
Dick is.
he looks like an Andy, and he's shaped like a dick
Nice. Andy.
with ears.
Yep. Okay.
Let me see.
Yeah, I got you. Give me 2 seconds here. This
For anybody
fucking
at
guy.
home, you can just look that up.
Remember that guy?
No.
Andy Dick.
Dude, you know who he looks like? He looks like who's that reporter?
Andy
Or-
Dick.
He looks like Anderson Cooper.
Yeah, he looks like Anderson
Yeah,
Cooper.
yeah.
But
Anderson
Anderson
Cooper's
Cooper,
Manderson
if,
Cooper.
Anderson Cooper, if Anderson Cooper got like fucked up, you know what I mean?
He looks like that guy looks like a little strung
Like a
out.
little methed
Yeah.
up Anderson
Yeah.
Cooper.
Yeah. I would kick it with like fucked up Anderson Cooper. I would kick it with sober Anderson Cooper.
Definitely. Well, yeah, I feel like he comes off like a little pretentious sometimes.
Sometimes.
But
Anderson Cooper.
yeah. But you know, he's a reporter. He's like a Hollywood guy. He's like
Yeah, I mean, at
CNN,
the end of the
like-
day, I think he's just he only cares about making
Getting some
cares about
ass.
that paycheck, baby.
making the money, the big bucks.
Cares about that paycheck.
He does all his work pro bono.
Whoa.
No, that's not true at all.
He just has a passion for the news.
yeah, for the
And
truth.
and
For the
Skeet,
truth.
apparently. From what I
Anderson
hear.
Cooper comes from a Skeet farm.
Dude, he was
He's just too good looking to be naturally made.
definitely a test tube, baby. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
Is he gonna be on the show next week? Because I know we were talking to him.
I would be down.
No, like I reached out and he said like he'd be down,
be
but
down?
he wasn't sure.
If we got any cowboy
That's
hats for him.
cool.
Yeah. Well, he was concerned about like the Skeet if we were gonna have enough.
Hey, I'm right here, guys. You can talk about this later. You got
Yeah, we'll talk.
you
we'll
got the
talk
next
about it later.
best thing, all right?
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
The next
Um,
best thing.
Do you know do you think there's any merit to the pineapple thing?
What's the pineapple
Like
thing?
if you
Oh,
eat-
you eat fruit?
Oh, it makes your
other
your
pineapple-
cum taste different?
yeah,
It makes
Yeah,
it
I've heard
sweeter.
I've heard it from girls that it does.
from
that-
personal
that-
experience
what you
that made you
what you
I lay on my back. And
not
I
for
shoot
myself.
at
These are just like
myself.
tales I've heard that what you eat definitely decides
Generally, yeah,
the
your diet
taste
will-
of your cum.
I've heard that too. Your diet increases or it improves the taste of a lot of things. From what
For
I
sure.
hear.
what else?
It also-
what else would it?
Nothing that I could say on the air.
Your poo poo?
I
Oh,
wasn't.
pee-pee.
I was.
Well, it makes your piss will smell a different way depending
Yeah.
on what you eat.
You ever eat asparagus? and
Oh,
your
for
pee
sure.
just
That's the
smells
classic
like-
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Is it like a
gnarly.
detox or like what the fuck is going on?
I don't know.
I don't know,
Yeah, it
man.
must be some sort of thing that just like makes more of whatever that is come out.
I love asparagus.
I love asparagus too.
I'm a big fan of asparagus.
Did you see HelloFresh fucked me with that lettuce wrap?
I did.
Damn, bro.
I thought it looked good.
Wow.
It's a
I
low
made
carb
it, though.
situation.
Yeah, it was a low carb situation. The picture. See,
It-
here's the thing.
Yeah.
First I was gonna post that before I made it, and then I was like, no,
Let's try.
let me make it because what if I make it and it's gas?
Yeah.
It was.
But I made it. Well, it was good, but it was just like it's just a bad like like putting a
vessel?
bunch of like yeah, it's not a good support for like grinded meat. It's like
What about larb though?
what's that?
It's
Larb? I don't know.
Larb.
What's larb?
Yeah, isn't that's like a
It's like a I forget. It's like a
Asian, right? Is it Thai?
whoa.
Is that
Yeah,
like a Thai thing?
I think it's Thai or Vietnamese. I can't remember.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I
it's
think
like,
it is Vietnamese.
It's like ground
Pork, right?
seasoned pork with
Mhm.
like spices or like little like garnishes and
And
stuff. You
Okay.
eat it in
And a
like
little,
a
like,
piece of
lettuce.
lettuce.
Because I'm
Yeah,
not
it's
saying
good.
no. There's nobody that
It's
could have
pretty
made it
good.
better than me.
Well,
But I'm
you
just
heard
saying-
it. Wyatt hates the Asian community. And,
I'm just saying
You
this
said
seemed like a sort of a south of the border sort of
South-
Yeah,
dish.
they
South
looked,
of the
it looked like they were
borders.
going for
South of the
tacos.
border.
but,
Yeah, it was
but,
like kind
no
of,
carbs.
That's where the Tex meets the
But like
Mex.
the shit doesn't. Yeah, it was like Tex-Mex. It was like the shit didn't fit in the. I ended up just eating the pork out of the fucking pan.
That sounds right.
Yeah, like
you were
was it-
standing
was
over
it
the
bomb
stove.
yes.
Were you like hyperventilating to?
No, but I was just like, it was hot.
Oh, it's so hot.
Something hot in your mouth. You're like,
I'm late for work. Were you
and this was after. This is post work.
today? Oh, this was
Yesterday.
yesterday.
That's the worst. Like after like a long day at work, you come home and you
Dude,
eat
you're like,
some,
I gotta fucking cook
some-
all this shit now.
or not even just that, but like when you're like you cook all this shit and it's like mid as fuck. and
Oh
you're
no!
just
Well,
like,
well, okay. So the
fuck.
thing is that
You have
the
to eat
pork
it.
itself,
Yeah, you're like fuck. Like
the pork itself
like
wasn't
the-
mid. The pork itself was really good because it had like diced onions and peppers in it and shit.
You love it.
ooh.
I just ditched the. I made one lettuce wrap, and I struggled
Try
to eat it. It like all fell out. I'm like sitting there,
Maybe
like
the lettuce wasn't ideal.
maybe it could have been the lettuce, but it was falling out of the lettuce all over the place. Like
What
I
kind
ended
of
up just
lettuce
I
was
ended
it?
up just like for a couple of bites, like eating a piece of pork and then eating because you know how I do that sometimes. I'll take separate
you like
ingredients,
to separate.
yeah, and eat them. So I took like a little piece of the lettuce and a little piece of the pork and like did that for a second. Then I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna eat this shit out of the pan.
Could have just made it like into a salad, chopped it.
Yeah,
into,
that
like,
would have been good too. That
Just
would have
put
been
it on
better.
top of
like
it.
a taco bowl.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's not like it adds a lot. And lettuce isn't like flavorful.
No, lettuce.
It's
I
not even
like,
very
I like
nutritious
lettuce
either.
too. I'm not hating
No.
on lettuce. You know,
The
What kind of lettuce
community
was
is
it?
gonna
Lettuce,
come-
if you're
was it like a
listening.
nice butter
Yeah.
lettuce or like an iceberg? Kind
it
of
was.
lettuce?
It was like a what's the long? What's like in like the head like that? What is that? That's not,
That's
That's when you get you topped off.
I was literally about to say something.
it was like it was like the lettuce like that comes like that.
Quicker on the draw there, Tex.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, that sounds like in theory it'd be pretty like fine, but I could see why it would just suck.
Yeah. I mean, it looked good on paper. It didn't even look like as soon as I pulled it out of the box. I
Like,
think out of the
God
box, I was
damn it.
like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
But
You gotta
know,
get a larb in you.
I needed some more
Some
larb.
larb,
If they would have
dude.
sent some larb, I would have been stoked.
Dude, larb.
You ever larb
fucks.
out?
No,
Dude, I need that fucking vape right now.
vape them up.
Put it in my hand.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
your
Yes,
guest.
yes, sir. Right away, sir. I'll leave it.
It's my bad hand, right?
Oh shit! I'm sorry. You want to talk about that?
Do you want to talk about it? Shit, should I?
Uh,
I don't know.
To the
It's a little
to the-
controversial.
to the
you were
people
putting
that
your
I
thumb where?
I couldn't get it out.
Well, let's just leave it at that.
To the poor individuals that I punched at Sound and Fury this year, come forward. I'm sorry.
Come
I'll buy you
forward.
lunch or something.
Survivors.
There's like 4 or 5 of you fucking fools, and I'm.
When it happened, did you were like, I fucked up? Was it immediate?
It hurt. I knew I threw the punch in an awkward way, and I was like, that wasn't a good punch. But then I punched like 4 more people.
And that's what.
And then I was sitting there, I'm like, that kind of hurt, but like, whatever.
Yeah.
And then throughout the night, because the midnight hour where I've been working before ESP, but still currently,
Shouts out.
shouts out, we had a booth. So I was kicking at the booth, and my hand was like hurting like a fucking monkey's uncle, dude.
Yeah, I haven't heard that in a
results.
while. I like that.
Dude, I'm just trying to keep it, PG for the fans.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
fuck
a
it.
fucking monkey's uncle.
All right.
But yeah, so it started to hurt and it was swelling. I was like, maybe I just sprained it or
was
something.
what?
I was sitting on a dildo. I couldn't get it out. Anyways, yeah, no, it just started to swell up, and then I went home that night and I slept on it, and then I woke up the next day. And my fucking hand was huge.
Really?
Yeah, that shit
Yeah.
looked like I had like a big foam thumb, like a big foam finger with a
Yeah.
thumbs up.
Big fine finger.
And I waited till the end of the day to go to urgent care.
Great.
I have a story very similar to this.
If
I want
that's
to tell
like,
it.
if
Go
that's
ahead.
not a man's like thing to do. Like to be like, I'm sure it'll be fine by the end of the day.
Yeah.
Well, I iced it. I was just like, I didn't ice it when I got home. I iced it the next day. I was like, oh, it's fine. I've never had a broken bone before or like a fracture or anything. So I was like, oh, it must be fine.
Well, you fucking yes, you did.
Oh, yeah, your foot.
No. I was born with something.
No, but they broke your.
They didn't break them. They
just
they,
shaved some of your
They
hip.
shaved bone. They sawed it off, and then they reinserted
guess
it
that's
into
not
a
a
different part of my
fracture.
body. So no, it wasn't a fracture.
They just gave you a little tune.
I don't know what that felt like though. You know what I mean? Like when it's accidental like that. Like that was intentional, so I was expecting pain. But it's also my hand. I imagine it feels.
Did they put wheels on your ankles and stuff? When
Dude, I got permanently installed Heelys.
That'd be kind of sick.
Dude, I get to the bus all quick too.
It's like
I get to
50
the
years
bus.
from now, everyone's got Neuralink and Harley's got like
Heelys.
Heelys.
It's-
It's damn, how'd you get those?
You should see him go upstairs. It's
I'm like
fucking
Iron
hilarious.
Man, but I can't leave the ground.
Like, all right.
We went up the escalator to get beers from Ralph's before coming here. It was he was like Bambi on ice trying to get up that thing.
It's like, man, honest.
He's in like spins and shit.
Classic.
But yeah, so I went to urgent care. It took like 2 hours. Finally got an X-ray, and I talked to the X-ray lady. I was like, "Hey, how does it look?
How we doing
I was
there,
like,
Chief?
be honest with me. Is it fucked?" And she was like, "It looks fine to me." I was like, "That's relieving." So they put me in a room. I waited like 30 minutes. To
She's
see a
like, I don't
doctor.
know. I'm
She's like, I'm just the X-ray lady.
I'm the
She's
X-ray
I-
technician.
That's what she said. She's like, "Don't take my word for it, but it looks okay to me." I was like, "That's relieving." So I sit in the little not the waiting room. I sat in the waiting room. Then they put me in a room, and then the doctor comes in. It's like, "What's going on?"
It's like you explain everything to the nurse. They write it all down, and then the
Yeah.
doctor makes you explain
Like literally
everything
every
again.
time.
I was like, "I think I broke my shit, dog." Low key, I think I broke my
Doctor,
shit.
I think
He's
I
like,
fucked
he was like,
up.
wow, are you a doctor too?
Dude, it looks fucked, is what he said. This shit's all.
No, he did
He
not.
said
He said your shit's busted. G."
He said, "Listen, Buster."
Yeah, he's like,
Your
this shit's
rocked."
busted.
But so I explained my situation. He's like, "I'm gonna go look at the X-ray. I'll come back. Wait like another 25 minutes."
Why?
Because like, for whatever reason, he didn't have the X-rays in the room.
Do you ever wonder what the doctors are doing?
Dude,
Like,
they were busy. They were
were
busy.
Because
Were
Sound
they?
and Fury was the day before.
Yeah, everybody there I recognized.
Okay.
No,
Then we'll give him a pass.
but he came. He's like, "Yeah, so it looks irregular to me. I could definitely see a fracture. I'm gonna have the radiologist look at it tomorrow, and we'll contact you if anything needs to be done to it. But we're gonna set you up with like a brace, and you're gonna wear that for the time being." He didn't even give me like a specific amount of time. He's like, "You're just gonna keep wearing this for a while." I was like, "Right, cool."
Yeah.
So I did that for like 3 weeks, and then I realized how much it sucks not being able to use your hands. So I started taking it off.
Yeah.
I'm not rocking it right now. It still hurts.
Yeah.
But I
Is
could do
like
this.
right now, is this still the time frame where you should be wearing it?
I probably should be.
You're gonna
But
get
I
a call
can't-
tomorrow and be like, "Hey, you're still wearing that, right?"
Listen, bro, as long as you keep that cowboy hat on, you got nothing to worry about.
Dude, this is my medicine. This is what they
Yeah.
prescribed me.
Yeah, that's
they,
all you
they
need.
They're
prescribed
trying to
me.
suppress your medicine.
They prescribed me ibuprofen. Actually, no, it was like Motrin with ibuprofen.
That's the good shit.
That's-
Were
if
you like,
that-
can this get me high?
It's like 600 milligrams, so it's like it just kind of makes me like tired. I think. But it really just helped with the swelling because the swelling was pretty bad
Was
for the
bad.
first week.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
my hand was fat.
Yeah.
I had I had some fat. Like you couldn't even see the individual knuckles for a little bit. It was pretty gnarly.
Yeah, that
But-
shit hurts too.
Yeah.
You're all fucking swollen.
But I feel fine now. I've been rocking
that's
it
good.
without the brace for a couple of days now for my new job because I need to use my hands.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to bother me too much, except if like I can't put pressure. If I can't like use my thumb to put pressure on things, like I can grab like how primates do it. You know, they
Right.
don't use
With,
their
like,
thumbs.
They just
go
use
like
they
this.
just like a grip.
Yeah, they just grip their.
Dude, I broke my little finger when I was like, I don't know, 13 or 14. It's still off to the side a little bit, but it's
Ooh.
kind of a similar story. It was like me and my younger brother were playing football. I threw the football to me and like bounced off the ground. And I went to catch it and it like just bopped into my pinky like that. And it like hurt like right away. I was like, fuck. I don't think I said fuck. I don't think I
said,
even like.
"Frick,
was
that
really,
hurt
I was
like
just
a monkey's
"Ow,
uncle,
yeah,
mother
like-
trucker."
You got like
Yeah.
a butt cheek on a stick.
Yeah,
dude.
just like,
Vine,
ow,
bro.
and, like-
time and time again.
My dad was outside talking to the neighbor, and like I went over to show my dad. I was like, I jammed my finger really bad, and he goes like this, like thinking, like do it like with all good intention.
Yeah, just
he like
hold
he
it.
was like he was like this. He was like he tried to like rub it out a little bit, and I was
yeah.
like I don't know. I was like that still hurts. That hurts a lot. And he's like, well, you're probably all right. You're probably all right. Like blah blah blah. Like so like I like try to keep
Yeah.
I like try to keep playing football with my brother, and I'm like
Keep going. You're like,
yeah,
"Oh."
like I go back and I'm like this like really hurts. So we like go into the bathroom, and he's like, can you like close? He's like, can you move your finger at all? And I was like trying to, like I couldn't move it at all. And he's like, all right, well,
He said, "All right, kid.
he's like
you're
it's
not
probably
going to
spraying,
college.
like
You're not going to get a
Yeah, he's
scholarship
like-
anytime soon."
He's like, get the fuck out of this house right now. No.
It's like, God damn
And
it, you're
so
my
he's like-
fucking meal ticket.
Yeah, he's like, so he's like, if it's like, I can't remember exactly what it was, but he was kind of just like, and I didn't think it was that bad either. Kind of
Like,
blew it off.
We're gonna have to put you down.
So like, went overnight. And
Look at the rabbits,
morning,
Wyatt.
next morning, I woke up. Yeah, look at the rabbits.
Look,
Yeah.
no, it's the flowers, right?
No, it's the
That's
rabbits.
Oh, the
dude.
yeah.
From Mice and Men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of Lenny and
Lenny and
Kravitz.
Lenny and Kravitz. Dude, do you remember when he
Sword.
like did the squats while playing guitar and his
Yeah, his
full
little
Oh yeah,
cock.
his dick came out.
and balls.
Dude, that
he just
thing
got
was
packed with
sweet.
Schmeat, bro.
that thing is
He
sweet.
had a sweet
Yeah.
cock.
He was
Yeah.
mad about it though, and there was no reason to be.
Dude, I
Dude,
understand.
He had a
It's
great cock. but
Yeah,
he
like you're
probably
hung
still
as
does.
fuck. Like, why are you mad about your dick falling out?
You were
Dude,
the one that didn't wear
That's
underwear.
the surprise. I think he wants it to be like hey, you're gonna find out one day. You know what I mean? Like in the right context. Like
My
when-
cock is nice.
It's a sweet
Maybe he did it on
sweet
purpose.
member. Dude, he like sat in the backstage. of
He's like,
the
I'm just gonna
Greenery
put on this
with-
really this
fraying
like,
the edges.
yeah. He's like, I'm gonna put on this really fragile pair of pants and
Yeah.
just like really rock today.
He
And
has,
then we
a-
have like a seam ripper. Like,
and wasn't he like he was clean, right?
Dude, it was fucking shaved.
Yeah.
There's no way that was an accident.
Nah,
Dude.
his dick looks nice.
Can you pull up a picture of that?
I'm a fan.
Yeah, I got you. Let's look at Lenny Kravitz's talent.
This
Yeah,
episode is
his
requiring
talent.
a lot of research. We really need a guy for this. We really need a guy that we're all just like,
Yeah, I feel like the fans are like, fuck, Lenny Kravitz's dick came out. I gotta look that up now.
yeah.
That's old. That's old news.
It is old. That's like quite a few years ago.
Do you guys remember when Fergie pissed herself on stage wearing like a
No.
tank top? She's wearing like a wife beater and some like Dickies like khaki shorts.
yeah,
and she
bro.
pissed
he was
herself on
hanging
stage.
trow, bro. Hold on. And
And
he was
she-
wearing a cock ring too.
No, way.
On God, bro.
No way.
Like a cock ring
What's
or
this?
like a Prince Albert piercing.
No, a cock ring.
Did it fall off when that happened?
Hold on.
You just hear like a ding. Wait.
Maybe that's his like show ring. You know, he's like it's like the
Yeah.
good luck ring. He's
Yeah,
like got a
it's-
gig today.
Yeah, dude.
Sliding this baby on.
This used to be Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah.
He's got a fat cock, bro. Hold on.
Let's
Look,
see
I'm
it.
trying to get a good picture because they're all fucking blurry and shit.
Dude, that man looks like he's sitting on a pig.
Oh my god. That's amazing.
Sitting on a hog,
Like
bro.
Sitting on a hog.
Oink oink.
Here's like a very blurry picture.
Can you zoom out? Okay, I can see. Yeah, he's
Dude,
definitely got a ring
that's
on
the
there.
worst fucking possible.
I know.
picture
Hold
you
on,
could have
hold
looked
on,
up.
hold on.
Makes it look really unflattering.
This one's blurry too.
I wanna-
Oh, they've blurred it out. Hold on. I'm trying to get a good picture of his cock, bro.
I just saw the video today on like TikTok.
Did you really?
Yeah.
There. That's like
Oh,
Dude, look at that.
man, dude. He is
Dude.
sitting on a hog.
And he's making
Look at his face, dude. He's like,
that guy's riding a pig, dude.
dude, he's
and
totally
he's
got a
flaccid,
ring
bro.
on.
Because
I
when
know.
it pops out, you can see it's like jangles. You know what I mean?
Right.
It goes like
Yeah, it goes like it's not like hard.
That's
yo, yo, yo.
amazing,
It's like
bro.
a door stopper when you like pluck it. Like
Yeah.
I can't even make the sound.
Dude, oh my god.
Hold on,
that's
there
so
is a
good.
gif of it here. There it
You
is.
found it?
There it
There it
is. I
is.
got a gif.
Boom.
Dude,
Yeah.
it almost hits the fucking stage monitor.
He like swings downwards, dude. I'm surprised it didn't thump on something.
It's powerful.
he could have unplugged his guitar or something.
It was.
Dude,
He
man's
could
got
have
a
tripped over that thing on
he's
stage.
got a
bro.
baseball bat for sure.
It's
Dude.
Murphy Jones.
At least if he decides to quit music, he can always get into the MLB.
Dude,
That's
has there
old,
ever
is it?
been a musician that's J. Cole played basketball, right? A
Did he
musician
really?
that switched over to sports
Well, I would say
J. Cole?
Marty Robbins
in Africa. He played basketball.
I guess it's not like a sports.
J. Cole?
sport.
Look it up.
Really?
I guess it's
We
not
need a
quite,
Jamie, bro.
I know, dude. I know.
I guess it's not quite like sports, but Marty Robbins, after doing country music, got into NASCAR racing.
That's tight.
Yeah, he was like, "Fuck
You know
it."
what I think is
At the
excuse
high,
me.
like after he's already been like super successful and shit too.
Oh,
He's like,
shit,
"Fuck, I'm
yeah.
gonna do NASCAR."
You know what's sick is
He played with the Rwanda Patriots
yeah
Wicked.
like last year.
recently.
Huh.
Oh yeah, Paul Newman was a race car driver.
No shit.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Yeah, that's sick. I would love, and he started racing when he was like 40, like when he was old.
Dude, Newman's Own. That Italian dressing.
Does that have relation to Paul Newman?
Yeah, Newman. Yeah,
Really?
that's Paul Newman's
Oh, it's
dress.
his
I
dressing?
swear to God, yeah. Rest in peace.
Dude, rest in peace, Paul Newman. The Paul Newman Daytona Rolex, sickest watch in the world.
Yeah,
Hey,
we're actually giving out.
Steve.
We give watches to all our guests, so you just choose
Yeah.
from any of the watches over there. And
You got a Rolex. Got a
Yeah.
fucking Timex.
you got a Casio. You choose.
Swiss.
Yeah.
Swiss Army. I'll take the Swiss Army.
I would love to have like a Nardwuar type deal where we give our guests a gift. Like, what if we were like, Harley, have you heard of this ESP guitar from 1999?
What would it be? I
That was
guess.
a pretty good impression. This guy's over here saying I hate impressions, but he's pretty good at them. Dude, I would if he was gonna get probably like an 80s ESP, like a
Oh, they
Super
go back
Strat.
that long?
I think they started in the late 70s.
No shit.
Yeah, there's quite a few people that have been rock, like George Lynch from
Okay,
Dokken.
right.
He's like a ESP guy.
I could see like a Dimebag Darrell playing like a ESP.
he was doing Dean. He was
Yeah.
endorsed by, or he had a
Buddy,
couple signatures.
what's that? Buddy Rich? Not the. Is that he wasn't playing those? Was he?
Buddy Rich, probably.
No, I think he
Yeah.
was. Wasn't he playing like he was playing just Fenders? I thought.
No, Dean. You're
Oh,
right.
I'm thinking
With the
Buddy
headstock
Guy.
like that.
Sorry, I'm thinking Buddy Guy.
Yeah, they had it's like a V-shaped headstock.
Yeah,
It's super.
those guitars
stupid,
look
in my
sick.
opinion.
I think they look sick.
I think the Dimebag ML and like the Razorback are my two favorite shapes, but they're also the most extreme looking.
Yeah,
But you like that shit.
I'm all about it.
I
I
li-
rock BC Rich, baby.
yeah. I
The
really
Warlock-
like the
that's
shape
the
of those
Warlock that you have,
guitars.
I got a Warlock and an
Yeah.
Ironbird.
Let's fucking go.
Go.
I really like those shapes of the guitars. Eddie Van Halen had one where it's like the star kind of.
Oh
like-
yeah, ESP does one called. It's literally called the ESP like Star, I think.
Yeah. I really like that shape.
There's an
I want
guitar
to make
player.
one that's called the Kravitz, and it's just a dick and balls mid jingle jangle.
the penis caster.
Yeah.
The hog,
Yeah,
the pig caster.
It would
wicked.
be pretty rough to start a guitar company right now, right? Like the market's pretty like.
I disagree. I think
Yeah.
right now is a good time to get into like boutique guitar making because
Yeah.
well it is difficult to get around like lawsuits because every shape in the world is pretty much
patented.
existed. It's patented except for like I think Fender's pretty cool about their shapes being
Because everything's got a Strat shape, kind of, right?
Yeah, even like Epiphone has done like a Strat before.
Okay.
But like Gibson is like notorious for bringing down like the
Right.
the lawsuit hammer,
For
like
sure.
the
'Cause
copyright.
they need all the fucking money they can get.
I mean, they've been bankrupt like how many times in the last like 20 years?
Yeah, they've been bankrupt a
We'll bring
lot.
them-
I
Yeah,
feel
I'm
like they
throwing
have-
shade, but if you do decide to throw me a guitar, I'll keep quiet.
No, we'll bring him down.
Yeah.
We'll get him, buddy. We're gonna bring that goddamn company to the ground.
Yeah, Gibson. I don't know what the deal with them is because they
lot
get
of
a lot of
branding like
shit.
that,
They got a
too.
lot. They got a lot of shit from like the Les Paul headstocks breaking a lot, right? You spend
Wait,
like
it's the-
$4,000 on the guitar and then it breaks.
It's the specific angle puts a lot of stress. And the obvious fix would be to put a volute, which is like the little you carve like a I don't know how to explain it. It's like a stopper that basically it relieves a lot of that pressure
Mhm.
on the actual headstock, and it would prevent that from breaking. So like when it would reinforce the headstock.
Yeah,
But they've been doing it the same way they've been doing it since the beginning of
Yeah.
Gibson,
yeah,
and I think their motto is really just like tradition. They don't really
Right.
care to like explore
Improve
too
or
much.
whatever.
You know?
Well,
They
yeah,
did drop like
it's
a new
kind of
shape
crazy.
recently, though.
It's kind of crazy that those guitars are one piece of wood. Does any other guitar company do that?
Well, a lot of guitar companies do that. I would say actually, Gibsons are generally like two pieces of wood because they're set necks instead of
Oh,
like
okay.
through neck. But like I would say a lot of like brands that do like metal guitars. I shouldn't say metal because like there's other musicians that play like through neck stuff, but through neck starts its life off as like several planks of wood glued together. Then you shape it from there.
Okay.
That's still like one thing.
It's like that itself is like one piece though.
Yeah.
Because like the neck actually goes all the way down to the bottom of the body.
That's fucking. That's wild.
Yeah, it's the only downside though is like if it breaks, the guitar's fucked. You can't put like a new neck on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's not bolted down.
It's
not like
yeah, you can always like
piece.
yeah, you can't detach it. It's all part of the same piece basically.
Yeah, that sounds like a pain in the ass.
Well, yeah, you're just kind of fucked unless it's like a clean break and you can maybe glue it back and put some like splines in it and like repair it.
Yeah,
you really need to go.
I hear like that method when you like glue a head back on, it's like never quite the same. Like, do you think that's true, or like it never stays in tune quite right, or it can be done?
It depends on the break and it depends on the repair job. Because sometimes it can actually make it even more stable.
Oh, wow, okay.
Like on a lot of Gibsons when they break at the headstock, it's actually like I have a Gibson Les Paul that has like a cracked headstock that like doesn't affect tuning stability in any way, shape, or form. But one day it's gonna break probably because of the tension that is on the headstock.
Yeah.
And the moment that happens, I'm just gonna get it glued or I'll probably do it myself if anything. But
yeah,
you put splines in it where the break is, which reinforces that break. Or that crack.
Right.
And it's never gonna break the same way ever again. It'll break like above that or below it maybe, but yeah, it'll never break the same way.
Because it's already happened in a way.
Yeah, and it's got even extra support now because you use extra like a spline is like use like a little
super thin piece of wood and you put it in the crack.
Yeah,
kind of, right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then that like braces it, so it's never it's better that way.
Damn, dog.
But if
taking my guitars to you, Harley.
I don't know. I'm still like a novice at best. I mean, they hired me with like no professional experience. So if you're looking to get a job doing guitar tech and
he's full of shit.
Well, you did. You like
I did all my own repairs and shit, and like that's why they hired me. So I would hope so at least.
Were they like show us an example of your work and it's like
fuck no
this guitar that's like super glued together and like
looks really bad.
They didn't like ask me for any examples. They just asked me like my general knowledge of how to like go about like fixing certain things, and I know enough to get by basically, which is fine because they train you anyways. They want you to do it how they do it, which is good. I mean, because you get like the professional experience out of it. But if you have like the general knowledge and terminology down, like they're probably gonna want you, which is cool. So if you ever want to be a guitar tech, apply ESP Guitars.
That's dope.
I'm not like sponsored or anything, but
you are being paid by them though to say that.
I am being paid.
They're sponsoring this
in
episode,
general.
actually.
Yeah.
In that Harley's gonna give us both $20 at the end.
Fuck.
I heard we both get guitars at the end of this.
I gotta
podcast.
go to the bank actually. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
If you can find your car keys, go ahead. I realized we were talking all about urgent care and we didn't talk about our little foray.
My little peanut allergy.
You don't have to if you don't.
No, fuck it. It's a story.
Yeah.
What happened? I know you're allergic to peanuts, but what happened?
Yeah, I'm allergic to nuts in general. This is where the story gets complicated.
D's, Bofa,
Ligma,
Segma,
Sugandis.
I was thinking about that thing today where it was like the Green Goblin thing. He's like Segma. He's like, what is it again?
Oh wait, yeah. He's like, I can't remember. Jason told us.
Yeah. Jason told us. Yeah, and he's like, "What's Segma?" He's like, "Seg my balls." It's like this segment thing. But we had it was my birthday. Like it was my birthday on Saturday, and the previous weekend was when like the celebration was, and we all went fishing. Me, Maddie, and my roommate Frost went fishing. We had a great time.
Happy 40th.
And thank you. And we came back. We made some fish tacos. We had Jason and Edwin and Alina came over. We had
peanut oil.
No.
Oh, never mind.
And he actually wouldn't get sick from peanut oil.
No, because once you fry peanuts, it's like
no longer allergenic.
For people who are allergic to nuts, like they can eat stuff fried in peanut oil.
So do you think if we put you in a fryer that like you'd be fine?
Probably.
All right.
Wicked.
Leroy, ready the oil.
I I would just come out as like a fried
This cat.
eggplant parmesan kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
Crispy.
But anyway, later in the day, Edwin's girlfriend,
Yeah, they're official.
Alina,
Are they making whippy?
very sweet
They're having
girl,
sex.
brought over some
Shouts
cookies and
out
cream
Edwin.
ice cream, and I was the one. I was in the pool and I was like, I'm in the mood for some dessert because it's at the end of the day. We're all fucking wasted.
Yeah, we were playing
And
mouth pong.
yeah, we were trying to get balls in our mouths and stuff like that.
What the fuck? You could have just called me.
And
We'll describe
so-
this after.
Yeah.
We'll describe this after.
Yeah, there's another
mine,
part to
but-
that story.
Yeah, it's a two
But then she gives us the ice cream, and I said, "Does this have nuts in it?" And this was my fault. I take full responsibility for this scenario. I was like, "Are there any nuts in this?" And she was like, "No, there's no nuts where I work." And then gave me the ice cream, and I started eating it. But I need to realize and understand that a coconut is not a nut, and that there's no really correlation there, even though there's a nut in the name.
it's not understood to be a nut.
It's not a nut, really. And the ice cream was coconut based, which I didn't realize until my head was in the toilet because I was throwing up from an allergy. And it like hit me like right away. And I was like,
So you have like a couple bites and immediately you're like, nah, that's fucked up.
yeah, I had like a couple
wrong.
bites and I was like, something's wrong. My mouth starts getting really tingly. So I go inside and I'm like, fuck, like I know exactly what's happening. And so I come back out. Carter and Maddie are.
So like Wyatt's been gone for like 20-ish minutes. So
Yeah.
We're packing up. We're gonna go to our friends like having
Just
like
flatlined in the bathroom.
no. And okay. And as soon as I realize it, this is another part of the story. I start just like hammering Benadryl in my like.
Yeah.
I have like this generic Benadryl. I take like 4 of those. I'm like, this isn't gonna be good enough. I run out to my car. I get like real Benadryl. Take like 4 of those, and I'm just like chugging water. And then I start throwing up, and
we
like
don't
the
see any
Benadryl
of
comes
this.
up.
Like what we were just like kind of casually like cleaning up some of the stuff,
Yeah.
like getting ready to go. We're gonna go to like Santa Clarita to go to this party after.
Yeah. And so
And Jason's like, "Have you seen Wyatt?" And I'm like, "No, I don't know. I don't know where he is, but like we'll catch you over there."
yeah. So then I'm like, part of my problem is like when this shit happens, like I get like a little bit panicky because it becomes
Scary.
like really like I'm like, is this the worst it's gonna get? Is it gonna get worse? Because I'm like throwing up a lot. Like it's like I get this like back pain. It makes me have to go like this. Like it's just like this horrible back pain. And then like my throat starts to kind of it gets more difficult to breathe. I have to breathe like this. It's like becomes like this, and I'm like it's like this whole thing. And so I walk out to the living room and I tell Maddie and Carter are there, and I'm like, I was like there's nuts in that ice cream, and Maddie's like, yeah, it was coconut based. And I was like,
I didn't know that.
I did not know. I was like, okay, fuck. And so you hit the brightness button. Okay, yeah. And so I'm like, fuck, I didn't know that. Like, blah blah blah. And I was like, I think I'm gonna call 911. Maddie's like, do you want to go to the hospital? Like, I'll take you to the hospital. And I was like, I think I should probably go to the hospital. Like, I don't know where this is going.
Yeah. And Wyatt's really not the type of dude to be like, I need to go to the hospital.
I'm usually not too dramatic. Like, I'm not like a dramatic
he
person.
keeps- like even if he's like, I feel like if something hurts you or like you're kind of just like try to shrug it off. Like
yeah.
when we were at the beach, like Wyatt took a baseball to the face and was like, like it's whatever. I'm probably gonna stop playing baseball though. like
Yeah. But this just becomes like a very weird situation because like I just don't know when it's gonna end. Like if I was like, okay, this is where it's gonna stop, then I'm like, okay, I can probably just ride this out. But like the shit escalates. So we're going to the hospital.
driving like a fucking
Driving like a
lunatic.
motherfucker. Maddie's driving like a champ. And like I get out, like as soon as we get there, I run out of the door. I throw up like a gang more in this trash can.
As soon as I put it, like I'm putting it into park and he's out of the car.
Like I was just like reeking in this fucking trash can. So then we get to the hospital, or it was like one of them was closed. So we walked to this urgent care.
And we're like, at first it's closed, and I'm like, oh fuck, like what
Yeah,
are we gonna do?
So
That
then we go to
reminds
this
me of
urgent
something I'll
care,
say later though.
and we get in there, sign in. It's kind of a drag to have to sign out all this paperwork.
So
like-
yeah, we walk into
What do
urgent
you-
care, and they're like, and
I
Wyatt's like,
didn't sign shit.
he's like, I'm having a bad allergic reaction, and like he's like, his eyes are starting to like puff up. He's like, his breathing is like somewhat labored, and like they're like, okay, cool. And they
They're
give
like,
him all
fill
this
this out,
paperwork,
and I'm
he's
like,
and I'm sitting next to him, and he's like squinting at the fucking paperwork, and he starts filling out most of it, and I'm like, all right, I just take the paperwork from him, I start asking questions, we get it filled out, and then like
get it filled out, get it back to him. And I get in the room, and like this was like always my caveat with like going to the hospital for anything in general, unless it's like an absolute emergency, which this kind of seemed like, is that it takes forever for anything to happen.
Yeah.
Unless you have like a gunshot wound, like it takes forever. And so I'm like, and maybe even if you do have a gunshot wound, they still make you wait. But waiting in this thing forever, and I'm like, kind of like in and out of like falling asleep and not, because I'm just like so exhausted and at this
We've had
point.
such a long day.
Yeah,
like we've
like,
been up since like 6 a.m. Also.
Yeah, like the nurse comes in, she's like, and again, it's like they're like, what happened? And I'm like, I'm allergic to nuts. I accidentally ate a coconut, and I'm having an allergic reaction. They're like, what are your symptoms? I'm like, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, and they're like, all right.
25 minutes.
So
later.
it's like 20 minutes, and then they come back. She comes back, and she's like, I'm gonna give you 3. And this has also never been the case before. She's like, I'm gonna give you these 3 shots. One is like, I don't remember exactly what they were. One of them was Benadryl.
One
and she's
was
like,
just
they're
water
gonna give.
with
She's like,
bubbles
I'm gonna
in it.
give you one in
is-
each
one is
ass
goat's
cheek.
blood.
She's like, I'm gonna give you one in each cheek, ass.
Whoa, dude,
And-
she saw your ass?
She saw my ass, bro. I pulled my pants down in front of this chick.
And this
She,
shouldn't
like-
sound medical, but like Wyatt said, she like spread it and then went, huh, and then just put it back.
Like my pants were down for like an overly
Did you
long
blow her
time.
a kiss?
I wish I could have. I was like, no, put it in slower.
Bro.
he
so
winked
she
at her
doesn't-
though.
Yeah.
From behind.
So long story
you
short,
beatbox?
This whole conundrum happened. Maddie was nice enough to take me to the hospital, and
Good friend.
Very good friend, and you know they patched me up and sent me home. But
Spooky, dude.
yeah, bro, nuts are a bitch for me.
Dude, that should
And they
scare
gave
me.
me-
That should scare me. Not
Really?
because
Yeah,
like, I
sorry.
knew it was gonna
I-
be fine, but
I
like,
felt bad that I kind of derailed my own like birthday. Like it was like after that, it was like everyone kind of like went home. Everyone like went to do their own thing, and it was
Dude,
just like,
yeah,
damn,
way to
bro,
ruin the
like, what a
party for
fucking
everybody.
burn for everybody. I know.
no,
Dude.
it's chill. I was just
That was
glad you're
selfish of
okay.
you.
I was,
Dude, it was really selfish.
was-
of me.
I'm so
yeah,
sorry that
you're
happened to
honestly a
you.
piece of shit. Too.
But this shit has happened before, and it'll probably happen again. But you know,
It'll happen again.
such is life.
Do you think that like when these things happen that you're like stronger after it? Like, do you know like, or is it just like every time you have a nut, it's just like a fucking? Like,
So this is another reason why I think I panic, and this is kind of my own fault for believing this. But a couple of times when I've gone to the hospital for nuts, I've asked the nurses that question. I'm like, so every time I take a nut, does it make me any more like immune? And she's like, no, it actually makes it worse. Like,
Whoa.
so every time you take a nut, your allergy is gonna get more intense. And
so
so
weird.
every time it happens to me, I'm like, oh my God, is this the time that I'm like, that it like gets too bad?
Yeah, that
Or
you
that
just
I
can't come back from it.
Yeah. And so that's why I kind of have this like minute in my head where I'm like, oh fuck, like, am I gonna make it out of this, or is this just gonna be like all the other times where it just like ends up being fine after like a couple of hours?
Well, I guess I won't ask you if you want to try my homemade trail mix.
No,
he
I'm
actually
down.
brought some. It's
Oh
like-
really?
Yeah.
No.
It's got M&Ms in it.
You probably couldn't even eat the M&Ms.
You can eat the
Let me
M&Ms.
get a bite.
right? Yeah.
Just cuts to boo.
They're peanut M&Ms.
Just the cops because you're being too,
Yeah,
you're
they're
being
like,
too fucking
it's
sick
happened
on
too
the
many
roof.
times, son. We're taking you in.
We're killing you.
I don't know why that reminded
Oh, sorry.
when you were talking about throwing up in the out in the car or outside of the car.
Outside of the car, I wouldn't.
Remember this one
I wouldn't have
time-
gone to him.
This one time, Maddie and I went to the Star Wars bar. Was it Scum
Oh
and
yeah,
Villainy?
Scum
yeah,
and Villainy or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
We had like 9 rounds of blue milk.
I didn't. I drove
did.
safely.
You
home.
drove safely. I had like 9 rounds of blue milk, and I remember like somehow getting to Maddie's car and sleeping, and then I remember waking up outside of his pad.
Because I had to hop in. I was gonna drive you home, but I hadn't eaten.
Yeah,
I had been
I was asleep. You know.
I had been working at the Wilter, and I kind of woke him up. I was like, "Hey, buddy, like you just hang out here if you need anything. Like there's a bag, or like you can just like here's some water and stuff." I like brought you. I think I brought you a water. I brought you food in actually from inside.
I was like, I'm fine.
yeah, and I kind of come back, and I just see the doors open, and I'm like, "Is Harley there?" I'm kind of freaked
I was
out.
good.
He's
No,
just-
I was good. No. It was as soon as you started the car to take me home.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
and like
yeah.
as soon as the car started moving, I was like, stop the car.
Dude, yes.
Fucking yak, dude.
Have you? That was in the car.
It was I think I got
it was out.
outside of the car, but I think I got some on like on the in the front of the door.
Dude, yeah, being like having to throw
I'm
up.
not sorry.
And then being in a car will ruin you.
Yeah.
Or like anything like
He
moving.
kept it together the entire like from K-Town to like
I was
North
asleep,
Hollywood.
dude.
I remember this one time. We should probably wrap it up pretty soon because we're at an hour and 25.
Oh, jeez.
Frost and I. This was like long before we moved in together, but we went to a Rams game. It was Rams and Eagles because he's a big Eagles fan.
He's an Eagles fan, eh?
Yeah. And so we pre-gamed at I think it was either Frost's house or Madison's house. Madison, our neighbor.
Yeah.
Like we were all pre-game together, and I was hitting the weed pen. I was hitting the pen. This was back in the pen, and so I was like already getting a little crossed up.
You
and
hit
this
a
was
blinker?
Like, yeah, and this was like
I'm gonna hit a
early in the morning.
blinker.
Too. This was like 8 or 9 in the morning because it's a day game.
Yeah.
So I'm already kind of feeling like kind of drunk and kind of crossfaded. And we get on this. We're gonna take a tram from like to the stadium, and we get on the tram, bro. And I shit you not, like I'm sitting on the tram. And I'm like looking like straight because I'm always like just like look straight and you won't get like nauseous.
Yeah.
And the tram takes off backwards. Like I'm sitting in the back and it's like
Oh, and
flying
that's
backwards.
it. You're done.
And I'm like, oh hell no. And so our other friend Nick was drinking this tall can out of a paper bag in the tram.
Sick.
And I'm like, bro, give me that bag. Give me that bag. I take the bag, bro. I'm like yakking in this fucking bag in this tram. And the
feel
bag
it?
is like, what?
You fill the bag?
I do filling up too fast. like the whole thing is filling up too fast.
Yeah,
Like
did you get all
luckily I was
soggy?
like, we gotta get off like right now. And so I'm like walking out of this tram, like everyone's looking at me. I'm like throwing them this bag. I'm like trying to throw in the trash can. It was miserable.
Did you go to the game?
Yeah, I went to the game. Drank at
you
the
at?
game.
Was it
You
dope?
drank at the game.
Yeah.
You
got
got-
a boot and rally, my
You got to
brother.
refill, dude.
You gotta bag
I
and
had to
rally.
rally because I was like, we're gonna be here all day. Like this is like not even.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
what-
can't. It's not like you can go home by yourself.
No, can't go home. Gotta rally.
baby.
Yeah,
But you know, once
are
you throw
expensive.
up, if you're drunk and you throw up, you kind of feel a little better.
Yeah,
You
kinda
do,
helps.
100%.
you're ready to drink.
You're
again.
that
But
I don't
being
recommend.
Crossed is
A
different.
dangerous game,
It's
yeah,
different.
yeah.
That's probably why you got sick, is because you were crossed.
Got a little goofy. Yeah.
I've been crossed once. I went to visit Jason back when he was going to SDSU, and you know I haven't hit my own vape in like five
That's okay.
days,
Like 5.
about 5 somethings, and he gave me like champagne. They had like this old fucking bottle of champagne that no one was touching. I was like, fuck it, I'll drink that. 'Cause I
Yeah.
wasn't really smoking weed too much.
That
back
was
then.
not champagne.
Yeah.
And he gave me it was champagne. And then they gave me a bong rip. And you know how lightweight I am. So
Yeah,
like one bong rip
that'll do it.
would ruin me.
Yeah.
And as soon as I hit that bong rip, I was like, I had to lie down on the couch, and like Jason's like, "Hey, are you okay?" It's like
Yeah.
it's like 9 p.m.
And you start spinning way faster.
Hard.
Like way faster than
Hard.
just drinking.
Yeah.
Like you start spinning fast. And it's like,
Yeah, being crossed is not
this is
Not the
crazy.
biz.
not epic.
Yeah.
The last crazy little, like, no, I didn't get crossed. Well, maybe a little bit, but I was kicking it with my good friend Fabian. He was helping me track some guitar stuff for the new guitar player of Greenwich because we had a show that week. We started the day off with some wine.
Fuck it.
Then we got some beers. And then we went to the pool. We didn't even fucking record anything. We just went to the pool till like late. And then we're kicking to the pool for a little while. And then we like get back to his apartment. And he's like, "You want to take some fucking Sudafed?" So we took some Sudafed.
What is
Is that like
Sudafed?
It's like
allergy med like Sudafed?
Yeah, it's like Sudafed. Yeah. Took a couple of those. Got all goofed up. And then he's like, "You gotta
Those don't
take-"
put you to sleep?
Dude, it made me sleepy for sure.
Okay.
But then he was like, "You gotta pair it with this." It's like I think it's Nix is the name of the brand. It's like a snus pouch or whatever.
Oy vey.
You pack it in your lip, and like it's not like chew. You just like let it sit there.
Yeah.
But it's like 5 milligrams of nicotine to the dome.
yeah.
So you pair that with that shit, and it makes you feel all goofy. So then we
Jeez.
start tracking guitars. I'm like, not even like listening to them back or anything. I'm like, yeah, that's money right there. Like, you know, end
Listen
it.
back.
Just trying to like
No,
get
I'm not
out
even
of it.
listening-
Just
yeah, not
trying to
even-
like
I thought I was killing it.
Okay.
Did you listen back later on?
So he gave me the stems for just the guitar parts, and then I took it to the other guitar player's house the next day to track drums, so he had something to practice to. And we're listening to them back. I'm like, dude, these are all fucking wrong, man. Like, these are all fucked up.
Yeah.
Like the timing's all fucked up on like most
Nah,
of them.
you killed
the lengths of the riffs are like longer than they're supposed to be. I was like, dude, I don't know what I was like on, but I was on a sick one. for
You knew
sure.
exactly what you were
Sudafed,
on.
I was
Yeah.
on some Sudafed and Nix or whatever the fuck those things are called.
For real.
It's pretty goofy. It was a goofy time.
Man, that sounds great.
I would just with all this talk of drugs and stuff like that, I would like to urge any of our listeners, if you know anyone that is using drugs or sorry, we got a little technical difficulty. I was just saying if you guys have any friends that are using drugs, or if you're using drugs and you're listening, it's imperative to have a product called Narcan available for yourself in case you feel like shit is going south. You need to have 100%. Narcan available so that you can reverse any damaging effects.
Overdoses.
Also,
It's very easy to get certified for Narcan. You don't need to be certified to use it or administer it, but you can get certified through like a number of outreach centers that offer it, and you get free Narcan.
Yeah, it's imperative. The other thing I would say, if you're able to, I would definitely try to get testing kits for anything if you're going to be doing drugs, especially cocaine. Fentanyl is rampant in I think all over the U.S., but especially in Los Angeles.
I will say too. So there was a number of testing that went on in like straight drugs in Los Angeles, and everything up to like marijuana was like tested positive for having fentanyl.
Yes,
in it, so.
yes. We just had a friend recently pass away this week, and the cause of death as of right now is indeterminate, but it that may have been the case. It's looking maybe like that was the case, and I would just urge you, for the sake of your friends and your family, and for your health, just please
be responsible.
Please be responsible, and just do the best you can.
Don't do drugs.
Yeah, well, I mean,
and if you do, just be responsible.
Yeah, if you're gonna be doing drugs, it's not no one's gonna tell you to not do drugs necessarily, but if you're going to do drugs, do them as responsibly and as safely as you can, because the last thing you want to do is lose your life.
Yeah, right? It's not worth it. It's not worth it, kids.
Yeah,
or adults.
Well, on that note, Harley
Woolston.
Harold Wilson. Thank you so much for joining us
today. What you got? You got some social media? Where can people follow you and keep track of you?
Dude, nobody wants to see the shit that is on my social media. But if you do, if you're a wicked individual, give me a follow on Instagram, on Twitter. It's TRVSH_DAD, Trash Dad, but I put the V instead of the A because I think it looked cool. I was like 18 when I made it, and I never changed it. Greenwich just put out a release. It's available. You can stream it on Spotify, Apple Music, and that's spelled GREENWITCH. You can follow us at Greenwich818 on Instagram and Twitter.
Y'all on TikTok?
Not on TikTok, because I'm not funny enough for TikTok.
You don't have to be.
Nobody is.
No one's funny on TikTok.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Actually, there's some funny TikToks.
Yeah,
we won't get into that though.
Yeah, it's all. I got a pretty gnarly For You page that we can. But give us a follow. We got some merch for sale. You can find it on Closed Casket Activities under the Maggot Stomp page. It's like a subsection. There's 7-inch lathe cut vinyls, cassette tapes, and I believe a T-shirt, and more to come if you want to keep up with that stuff.
Love it. Love
you, Harley. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, dude. Thank you.
Thanks for having me. I hope you guys don't regret it.
Not at all. Not at all.
What's the opposite of regret? Cherish.
Sure.
I cherish this.
Yeah.
I'm throbbing.
I'm sitting on a hog right now,
dude. I'm wearing my my vibrating dildo underneath this chair.
All right, guys.
Thanks for tuning in this week.
Love you guys. Have a good night.
Stay safe. Bye.
Love you.